and they are very slow through the chicane. We might be able to get both of them here. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Canadian Grand Prix. If you missed qualifying yesterday, then you can go back and watch that by clicking the link on top of your screen now and the link that's in the description. Before we look at pit strategy and all that good stuff, let's quickly head over to Crofty, who's going to give us a rundown of the grid.
Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Alexander Albon and Perez, Stroll, Ricciardo, Sainz and Lando Norris, Gasly, Ocon, Daniel Kvyat and Raikkonen, Grosjean, Magnussen, Nobuharu Matsushita and Wang, Giovinazzi, Russell, Leclerc, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Nicholas Latifi.
Yes, so due to Charles Leclerc's penalty, we are starting 18th, which is nice, a free place I guess. Let's quickly have a look at the pit strategy and then we can go racing. So for the pit strategy in this race, I've decided to do exactly the opposite of what it's suggesting me to do. So instead of starting on the soft, we're going to start on the medium tyre, pit on lap 12 for another set of mediums, and we'll do 14 laps on those. And then at the end of the race, where the car's nice and light and it doesn't have much fuel left, we'll be on the super quick soft tyres. Right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's go racing at the Canadian Grand Prix. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, engine revved, and away we go. Not a bad start. We look like we've already got our teammate, and who's that on slowly on the hard tyres there? That's Grosjean, as we knew went flying into the back of Magnussen. Teammate's still on the outside there, but we should have the inside. Grosjean is very slow on those hard tyres, as our teammate's just flown back past us. Into the first chicane. Not taking any grass for once, which is nice to see. We look up the inside of Matsushita and we're going to get Grosjean as well, so 2 for 1, nicely done there, and up to P16. Dropping a bit back behind Magnussen now, hopefully we can get a bit closer as the lap goes on, as Matsushita's also got Grosjean behind, so those hard tyres Grosjean's on are very slow, as our teammate is very close behind us. Is he going to look up the inside? No, instead we decide to dive up the inside of Magnussen. And I think that is another position for us. So up to P15, although Magnussen is still there. And with that Ferrari engine, they are rapid still. But they don't look like they're gaining on us at all actually. So P15 it is. Get in there. 3 places in 1 lap. And as we're coming up to the end of the lap, we are still P15. And we look comfortable at the moment. So a bit later on to lap 2 now, coming up to the hairpin, up behind Kimi Raikkonen. We might be able to get some good traction up here, and we might be able to put him under a bit of pressure. No DRS yet, but we are gaining on him with the slipstream regardless. So he's gone very defensive. Now this chicane isn't the best place to make an overtake, as we half go for it and then have to back out, and Raikkonen's still ahead, and now we're under massive pressure from Magnussen behind, who has actually just flown past us. So that was a bit of a stupid mistake, as Nobuharu's looking up the inside as well. He's now going to have to go the long way around the outside. Is he going to make that work? No, he's not. So we are still P16. As we are following this through the chicane now as well. So is Nobuharu going to attack us anymore, as we're starting to drop back from Magnussen? No, but he is very close as we go a bit wide, which isn't going to help. And we're going to have a very poor run here, so we are going to come under massive attack from our teammate here, who's taken the inside, and we are going to kind of have to yield a little bit as we take to the half escape route there, and our teammate kind of backed out a bit, so we are safe for the time being. A few laps later onto lap 9 now, so not much has really happened, and we're still behind Magnussen, though we are P11 due to some cars have already stopped, so yeah, don't get fooled by that. And we are quite close to Magnussen, as those soft tyres are seeming to go off at the moment, as we're coming up towards the hairpin now. Hit the braking spot nice, and we're trying to do the undercut, but that's not really worked, as there is a yellow flag. Who is that for? That must be behind us. As we've got DRS, so we're going to chase down Magnussen. I think we're a bit too far back. And it is Nobuharu Matsushita, so our teammate is out of the Grand Prix as Magnussen goes into the pits, which throws us out a little bit. Let's have a look at what happened. And he has had a massive engine failure. So the durability of those Renault engines are awful, because that is the 4th Renault engine to blow up so far this season. Not good, as we pit on lap 12. So this is our first of 2 stops for this race. We are currently P4, or were P4 as we come into the pits, but obviously we're going to end up much further down the pack of the grid, as I think we're one of the only cars not to stop. And that looks like a super slow stop. Yeah, it is 3 seconds. Why was that so slow? So that's not going to help either, as we've got a fresh set of mediums on. And where are we going to come out? That is Kimi Räikkönen there. And we are having a bit of a moment coming out of the pits, and Magnussen's got past, so exactly where we were. And later on this same lap, we are coming under massive pressure from Charles Leclerc behind. And he's on the soft tyre, so he's going to be very quick coming out of this hairpin as well. And how close is he? He's right on us, so I'll be surprised if he doesn't make a move, as he's going to have DRS, as do we. But he has absolutely sailed past us as if that was nothing. So that Ferrari is rapid, as we just back out of it and see if we can get closer to him on the second part of the straight now after the chicane. But still, we're not really gaining enough, so we're going to have to let him go, as those soft tyres are so much quicker, or more importantly, that Ferrari is just so much quicker than our car. And later on the same lap, there's a bit of a train forming. Oh, as we had to back out of that, as we went flying into the back of him. Had to take to the grass. And are we going to get a run on Leclerc here? We're going to have DRS. But I don't think we're gaining. And also, it's not a great place to make a move in this chicane. So I think we're going to have to back out of it again. Down to gear 3, which isn't ideal. And we've lost a bit of time there. So all the time we gained, we've now lost again. So here we are on the same lap, catching up to Leclerc again, as the train is slowing him down massively. So we're coming up to the hairpin. Will we be able to get any closer? We've made a late move and sent one up the inside. A bit of contact, just wheel to wheel, so no damage should have happened. And Jeff is loving that by the sounds of it. But we are going to come under attack again from Leclerc, as he's got those soft tyres, and that Ferrari is just so fast. Look, it's just sailed past again. We've got no hope. As we just back off again, there's no point trying to fight him, as he's just in a much quicker car. DRS wide open, and we still can't make any progress on him. As we're going to go around the outside, are we? That is very brave. There's no way we're going to make that stick, are we? We're going to be battling Leclerc into the first chicane. And yeah, just going to have to let him go again, trying to do the undercut, but those soft tyres are no match for our mediums. Into the hairpin again. Trying to go round, but Leclerc has just positioned the car well there, so couldn't go around the outside and get the cut back, as George Russell starts closing us as well. As we do have DRS, and again, it's the same old story. Leclerc just literally burnt up his socks in this train. And he's actually decided to pit as we go flying around that chicane, absolutely rapid through there, and we're trying to get Magnussen. Come on, give us a bit more pace, and we're going to just be later on the brakes and send one up the inside. That was very close to Raikkonen's rear. And we have just sailed around the outside as well. So 2 for 1, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. As we have another look at this, so Leclerc pits, and then we just get a great exit from that chicane, and then we're alongside Magnussen. With DRS, just take the inside line and brake a little bit later. Don't know how we didn't make any contact with Raikkonen there, and then just flew around the outside as well. So coming up to the back of Grosjean, who still hasn't stopped on those hards, so he is so slow at the moment. So he's the reason why Leclerc got held up, basically, because no one can seem to get past Grosjean on these super slow hard tyres. Though we have made an easy piece of him, piece of work. It was very easy to get past Grosjean. I have no idea what I was trying to say then, but as easy as you like. And yeah, been very aggressive with the moves, but we kind of had to be if we wanted this strategy to work. So we are currently P6 as there is a yellow flag ahead. Obviously some other cars have stopped, this isn't our actual position. And that's Sebastian Vettel, who is out of the Grand Prix. As you can see, we just went past him there. So I assume that's some kind of mechanical failure. So coming into the pits for our second and last stop. Hopefully we can have a better pit stop, and yeah, I'm not really sure where we're going to come out. I think it's all over the place at the moment, but we are going to have the quick soft tyres on. Come on boys and girls, a quick one. That looked very slow to get going again. 3 seconds. I don't know why they're so slow today. So we're currently P13, just behind Grosjean. Are we going to go any further back? No, we're not, I don't think. So coming out behind Grosjean, who is our rival. So we really need to get past him. And here we are, coming up right behind Grosjean again, into the hairpin. We're going to have the softer tyres, so we should get good traction out of here, so we could make easy work with Grosjean again. Easy work, that's what I was trying to say earlier. And DRS wide open, and we're going to go round the outside this time, so this might be a bit tricky going into the chicane. We've outbroke him, and I think that's fine, so that is P12, and in front of our rival Grosjean now. Next up is Kvyat, who is about 2, nearly 3 seconds ahead. We jump a couple of laps later, I think 1 lap in fact, and he's only 1.5 seconds ahead, and he's battling Carlos Sainz on the hard tyre. And they are very slow through the chicane. We might be able to get both of them here, as Kvyat is going to the inside. We're kind of stuck behind Carlos on the hard tyre, and I'm not sure what he was doing there, but we've just gone up the inside and around the outside, and that is Carlos Sainz behind us. So we can smell the points, ladies and gentlemen. If we can get past Kvyat, that is points for us in the Canadian Grand Prix. And here we are, a lap later, catching up to him. He's 0.6 of a second ahead, and are we going to be able to get him? I don't think so. I don't think we're quick enough at the moment. And we really need to get past him now, as our soft tyres are just going to fall away from us the longer we're stuck behind Kvyat. Trying to go around the outside. We are close, though it's not the greatest place to overtake. And I think we're too far back now. So a lap later again, we're not really close enough, I don't think. It's way too far back to go for a move into this chicane. Just going to follow him through and hope we can get better traction out of here. We've got DRS and he doesn't, but we're just not making enough. We're not making enough to throw a move up the inside, are we? No, way too far back. I thought we were going to go for it then, but that was just going to end in tears, so I'm glad we didn't. So 3 laps to go. And again, we're trying to get past him. Much closer this time, though. Go onto the grass a little bit, into the chicane. Oh, no, had a little moment, and that is going to cost us a lot of time. So, not ideal from us there. Though we have caught right onto the back of him again. We're going to get DRS here.
Bruh.
And no, we're not, as we've had yet another DRS failure. That is 3 out of the 4 races. What a joke. And that may just cost us the chance of getting points today, which is very annoying. So no DRS. The only way how we're going to do this is if we force him into a mistake, which is highly unlikely as we don't have DRS. Though we have got great traction out of that last corner. We're using up nearly all our ERS and our fuel. What are we going to do here? We might be able to force him to take a slow line through the chicane, which we kind of have. Come on, come on. Let's go. We're not really close enough, but we are gaining. We're going to take the inside here, and I think we're just going to send a lunge up the inside. Yes, we do, and that is points for us, hopefully, if we can hold on to it. As Lando is 2 seconds ahead, and Kvyat has dropped back a second, so yeah, looking good at the moment. If we can hold this, that would be a result for us. And here we are for the last time going through the chicane, and that is going to be points. Unbelievable. What a result for the Rocket Racing team. P10, everyone, and 1 point, which I was not expecting. Driver of the day was Charles Leclerc. Not sure where he finished, we will see in a minute. But yeah, great. Absolutely great result. And Lewis Hamilton is the race winner, so no surprise there, as the Mercedes is stupidly fast. And back to the traditional podium of Lewis, Bottas and Max. And there they are with the champagne. Probably a familiar sight which we're going to see in real life as well this year. And there you have it, just confirmation of the race result. So Lewis, Bottas and then Max. Lance Stroll was P4, Sergio 5. And Renault had a good weekend as well. Ricciardo and Ocon in 6th and 7th. Gasly, another great result, coming in 8th. Lando getting his first points of the season, get in there. Felt a bit bad for him earlier in the season, crashed into the back of him a few times. And there we are, P10. 1 point for us. Looking at the bottom half of the grid, so there is our rival actually in P14. So Grosjean was 14th. Any other surprises? Russell came 15th, which isn't bad. Alex Albon, what are you doing down there? Who else? Obviously Seb retired, and Nobuharu Matsushita coming in last as he had to retire as well. Also Charles Leclerc in 13th is probably a reason why we actually managed to get points, as Leclerc, Albon and Vettel were all out the points today. Looking at the standings, Max is still in the lead by 1 point from Lewis Hamilton, and we are P12 still with 7 points. And our teammate is now 21st with no points, and the only other person that's moved up really is Lando Norris, who's got 2 points and is now 15th. And quickly looking at the constructors, we are 7th with Mercedes in 1st, Red Bull now 2nd, and Ferrari moved up to 3rd. And looking at the rival breakdown, we got 4 points to their 2, and we are now taking the lead of the rivalry against Grosjean with 6 races remaining. So that's going to wrap up this one. A great result for us, and I really hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, then don't forget to smash the crap out of that like button, as it really helps us out. And if you want to see more content like this, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Alrighty then, I've been Jumbo, and I will see you in the next one.